There are so many different criteria that we use for putting a good show together. The difficult thing is we have several types of shows all over the world, but especially here in Europe, before like the Ginkgo Award, but also now the trophy and Solieu and many other shows are prize-winning shows. That means that all participants come with the best tree that they think this is the most spectacular tree and I can win a prize with that kind of tree. But every good show, even on Kokofu, they need also other trees to put a good show together, like trees that more leading you to what kind of season it is, like at the time of the trophy it's winter time, but also flowering trees in that time, more special bunching trees but those are all the kind of trees that they have less chance to win the prize. So we always have to promote and stimulate participants to bring also one of this type of trees to put a good show together. Of course, everybody wants to win a good prize or want to have a nomination, and that's why we have to look for the other trees to put in between, to give the resting points in the show, to give a good start on a line, to end the line, to have a lot of variation, a lot of movement. So that's also why all the sizes are so important. We separated really well at the trophy with Shohin, Chuhin, Kifu, mid-size, big size. So it are all separated, but it's a better show when it are all mixed together, because then you can let the show give in a nice flow, a nice movement, when we have all different sizes through each other. But of course, it's better for the judges when it's all together. It's better for the public when they have everything to compare together. So those are the things that we have to take care about it. So I have here, for example, still in the same book, number 14, Shohin Display. This is really excellent, of Mark and Rita Cooper. They were introduced once to me from Dunbarton. Dunbarton introduced this couple of from England, from, I don't know, the third Ginkgo Award or something, second or the third Ginkgo Award, and Dunbarton said, well, I have some nice people from the UK that want to participate, and they have some very nice Shohin. And they had in that time. So in the meantime, they developed themselves, and they have a very nice collection. Let's say in this category, probably must be one of the best European collections with Shohin. So this is also something, when you have this quality on your exhibition, you can be sure that you have a really, really good exhibition. So what can we say about something like this, you know? Some other trees that are important on a show are the flowering trees. If we are looking now in the next book, here we have from Tunisian Jasminum nudiflorum. This is really a seasonal tree that you say, okay, this is really nice. Also a nice pot combination, nice table. So this is all perfect. If you really check this out, that you have trees like this on a show, this is nice. Most of the people want to express themselves with really, really heavy, strong, powerful trees to win a prize. but most of the time on a good show like here, this Juniper chinensis, this is a really nice, interesting tree. Also welcome on any show, because this is really from pot till movement, character, balance, really a really beautiful thing to have on a show. So this is really from Nicola Crivelli, something, in my opinion, even one of his best trees. So this is also something, always a nice catcher on a show. Also some seasonal material is like this Ulmus minor. Ulmus minor, Werner Busch is also one of the older generation European bonsai artists. Really old trunk, good ramification, nice European variety to work with, and a typical European style, European broom style. So those are also always trees that you say anytime they are always working really well, whatever the season is. Then some other deciduous is like from Luis Vallejo here, this Quercus vaginea. Also a really beautiful tree, not styled as a real bonsai, but if you see some branches that growing upwards and then they making the whole, bringing everything together, also the perfect unbalanced angle that this tree makes. This is really an example of a good refinement of a European tree. Then we have some Belgian work from Alain de Wachter. This is Zelkova serrata, also something really beautiful, really nice character tree. This is a typical broom style of a Zelkova, well refined, long in training, nice pot choice. So you can say nothing about it. This is really the typical perfect work. Next to it we have Rhododendron indicum from Udo Fischer. I know a lot of trees from the same family, the brothers and the sisters of the tree, because this tree had, I think, one brother and one sister. So I had a similar one, and this is really high class, well refined, old branches. So this is really good material also to have on your show. So typical is Cryptomeria for his style, formal upward, straight up, some detail work with the gins in between, but especially the technique to prune and to work on the tree is really beautiful, because look underneath, you see all the branches, you see all the branches underneath, you see the branches growing upwards. So what you can see here is this, that growing upwards here, the young branches, and those made the canopy. So this is also a really beautiful tree from Jose Ontanon. So this is really a good example of what you want on an exhibition. So I'm going to continue now with a couple of trees, the evolution. At the first ginkgo book you have Luis Vallejo's little brother of Luis Vallejo. This was the first time this tree came out of Spain and was exhibited at the Ginkgo Award, at the first Ginkgo Award. So then a couple of years later this tree came back at the Ginkgo Award, and then we saw him like this. So then there was already more refinement on the tree. It was already more thinned out. It was changed it a little bit, and now finally we saw this tree back on the 20th trophy, and now you will see immediately the difference. Here you see the tree back on the 20th trophy. So if you see, if there is another angle, it's really thinned out. You see all the old branches here growing upwards. You can see inside of the tree. There is more open space, more air, older branches. You can see all the different type of branches in there. Another angle, and also the total display with the two Kurama now that melted on each other. This is just the evolution of a tree where you can say, okay, this is now a difference of 25 years, but you see a lot of difference. I have another tree that's worth to look over at the same books actually. I'm gonna check it here out. Let's see. I have here a Fagus from a Belgium guy, a Fagus sylvatica, European beech. So this tree was at the first Ginkgo Award like this, very beautiful. So in that time it was really a beautiful tree. So I saw it later, and it was a tree from Jeff Korthout's in that time. Yeah. So then we saw the tree a couple of years later, and it was looking like that. You see, more developed and more open already. So this was already something more mature. So now we saw the tree back at the 20th trophy. So this was also spectacular to see. We saw the tree back at the 20th trophy, and he was looking like that with another owner. Cindy Verstraeten brought this tree. This is exactly the same tree. This is the same tree in another pot, more developed, more refined, more ramification, much more older. So also this tree, if you look at it 25 years later, more or less, there is a lot of trimming work, a lot of good work that has to be done on that tree. So this is another example of another generation of bonsai people that doing a really good job here in Europe with just normal, simple material. So I just want to say just a couple of things to finish here. I have some things that I want to show you, if I can find them. Things that are important in the European bonsai scene actually. So let's say about this Tsuha canadensis from Harry Tomlinson. It's not about the tree, okay, that was fine at the first Ginkgo Award, but if there is one thing that I have to tell to everybody, thanks to the book of Harry Tomlinson, I think worldwide thousands and thousands of people started with bonsai. Thanks to this book is actually a big part of the European or worldwide bonsai community have started with bonsai. Then I have another person that did some interesting things, and this is Farhan Bloch. Farhan Bloch was still is actually for Bonsai Focus the man, but Farhan in his time was way before his time. He made some creations in that time during the first Ginkgo that are now they should be normal. Now they should be more acceptable. Sometimes, and you're gonna see it in other examples, he worked with iron, he worked with different creations, and he was way before his time. If he was still really active now, it was popular. Other things that were to see here was a combination from Gerrit Lodder and Hotsumi Tarakawa, but they brought from Japan this melted rice cups from the nuclear attack on Hiroshima. This is the true story. So these melted rice cups where they planted the tree on. Also this was for Europe in that time during this exhibition, something special to bring on a show. It's also sometimes the story behind that is important. The story behind and knowing the story from the tree is sometimes interesting, because we also try to talk about art, but this was all from the beginning period. So later on we're gonna see more about how the artistic skills of all the artists are now. So there is a big difference between then and now. So see you soon.